So I have one pretty big pet peeve, and it's going to completely contradict this video. I just can't stand it when I'm walking down the street, minding my own business, probably thinking about 50 million billion gajillion things that I gotta do. My face is just in its resting state because I'm processing, I'm thinking, and then somebody's gotta walk on by and tell me to smile. So you're telling me that I got another thing I gotta do now? I gotta smile. But Bruno Mars says it best, right? Why are you mad? Fix your face. Sometimes I just don't want to fix my face. But what I do believe is accurate in all of this is that your attitude exudes a lot onto other people. And when I come into contact with people who are maybe at a job that is not something that they really chose for themselves, not something that they're super pumped about, not something they wake up every day and look forward to doing, they have a little bit of a different mindset. And certainly, the face looks a little bit different at work than it does at home. I don't know if we can fix people's faces, but what I do know is that in everything you do, you really gotta be aware of that attitude. So about your attitude. Because I myself understand when you don't necessarily have a face that is looking too happy. It doesn't always mean you're not happy. I just might be thinking too hard to remember to tell my face to be happy. Oftentimes though, every day, even though every single day is very different for me, I might be in this city, I might not be in this city, I might be in this country, I might not be in this country, I might be in this office, I might be someplace else. The change up, it keeps things interesting. I love what I do, I'm excited about it, and I look forward to it every single day. I'm happy, and then I interact with people who don't wake up to something they're excited to do every single day, and their attitude becomes a part of my life. It wasn't the face, it was the attitude. It was when the face delivered the memo to the mouth, and the mouth delivered something that really was not that exciting to hear. Your attitude. What is your attitude like on a regular basis? Where are you when you're in a bad mood? Where are you when you're in a good mood? If you're at work and you're in a bad mood all the time, and that is what your attitude feels like, and that's how people have to interact with you, that's what they think about. I thought of one person in particular that I've come into contact in recent months who has a corporate job. I only see her when it's her on time, when she's working. And I can just tell by the way she talks to people, by the way she has no sort of soft expression whatsoever, even when we're kind of joking around in a conversation, that she is there to do a job and she doesn't think any more highly of it than that. So I start thinking, I'm like, I really doubt she's like this all the time. That would seem really odd. I bet she really likes going home after work. And that's what her attitude sounds like. And it probably is accurate. She's probably living for the evenings and the weekends when she doesn't have to show up and do her job, which she just thinks of as a job, even though she had to do a lot of work to get that job. And actually, maybe she could think even more highly of it, but because of how I've seen her interact and how she talks to people and how she makes people feel, I just assume she hates it. Maybe even questions that was the right decision to make in her life. What if she doesn't? Like, that's how you're making people feel. That has got to affect you on some level of what people think of you, how they interact back with you. You're making your job even harder by having a negative attitude. I've talked in the past before about being an introvert, and I'm choosing not to let that be a crutch or an excuse. Because when I show up to meet people, and although I'm exerting energy and that might be feeling a little awkward to me, I'm not gonna not show up. I'm not gonna not have the right attitude for that moment, because that's my job, and it's the job I chose, and it's the job I'm excited and privileged to have, because we can't take these things for granted. So even if every day is a little hard, no matter what you decided to do with your life, no matter what you decided to do in your position, in your job, in that thing that you worked so hard and went through school to do, can't you just give it a little bit of respect by allowing the people around you to interact with you in a positive way with your attitude? I'm not telling you to smile because I know you have a million other things to do and you do not need someone else telling you to smile. But if somebody has a moment to speak with you, they should feel better when they leave. I just want you to take a moment to think about this, because I probably had a bad attitude sometimes when I went to the job that I didn't love, especially when I realized I didn't love it anymore and I wanted wanted to go do my own thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm wasting time here. I feel like I should be doing something else. This isn't what I was meant to do, but it's no one else's fault. Everyone that has to work with me on a daily basis, it's not their fault. So why should I make them feel like that when we talk? And so that's why I would just correct it, because it's the light at the end of the tunnel that I have a goal and I'm reaching for it and I'm striving for it. And every day I'm gonna take the responsible and exciting step toward it. And I'm gonna have a good attitude about that, because that's awesome. Like, that's exciting. Even if you don't know you're working towards something that you really want right now, but you've inched closer simply by knowing there is something you want more, be excited about that. Let your attitude show that. That is what people are going to remember you for. And no matter what your next thing is, what your next chapter, what your next adventure is, the people who will know you when you get there are from now. So what are they gonna think of you then? Probably how you're making them feel now. That's all for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it as always. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, subscribe for good vibes, because I make new videos every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Thanks for being here with me today. Comment below if you remember a moment you could have made a little attitude adjustment. Remember, it is always about a great attitude when you're going after the life you want. Cheers.